Punch me in the face once, shame on you. Slap me in the face the second time instead of punching me, well, I'll be forgiving for it not hurting as much. That's essentially what's happening with this movie. Aladdin Return of Jafar was a nut punch, and that's putting it lightly. It's not good. I expect more out of Disney. And this movie is a mild slap in comparison. I'm looking over my script and I'm way too gentle with this. But at the end of the day, I'm still being assaulted. What do you do when DVDs make $300 million shitting on your own IPs? You do it again. Thankfully, this one is a little bit better. I'm being a little harsh with it, but in my initial run through, I was being so much nicer. But I'm gonna have to take back some of these niceties. Now, I was actually looking forward to this one, because along with The Lion King, it's noted as one of being the few tolerable sequels. And all in all, I'd have to agree. It's not that bad, it's not that good, but it didn't hurt my body to sit through. When I watched Return of Jafar, it was an absolute slog to get through. I remember checking the time at like 15 minutes in, and just going, oh my goodness, how long is this thing? But for King of Thieves, I didn't check till near the end. Now, surprisingly enough, Return of Jafar has a 33%, while King of Thieves has a 27% on Rotten Tomatoes, assuming it's either two different audiences or that people became jaded after the first attempt. So this movie starts off pretty alright. Everyone's preparing for Aladdin and Jasmine's big wedding, and they're singing a nice little catchy tune, and Genie's back as Robin Williams, and all things are pretty alright, and the wedding's about to start, but where's the groom? We come to find Aladdin uncovering a hidden knife in his old hideout. He laments to Genie about how his mother, in typical Disney fashion, died when he was a baby, and it turns out the knife he pulled out belongs to his father, who he never knew. Aladdin expresses uncertainty about getting married, and he's pretty relatable, and definitely not like that annoying dick in the last movie. He pulls himself together and goes to his wedding. And the wedding is crashed by the 40 Thieves, the leader of which turns out to be his father. And with a voice like that,
Destiny's in the genes.
He is definitely a daddy. The voice actor for Kasim also voiced Man Ray, Gimli, and don't forget the incredibly well-known Captain Proteus from the hit show Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. Right? Right? You remember that show. I wasn't the only one that watched it, right? So the thieves are in pursuit of this scepter. Hides an oracle, they want to find the hand of Midas, it's all kind of unnecessary fluff. It could be any MacGuffin, it doesn't matter. Aladdin uses the scepter to ask about his father, and, well, she replies, annoyingly enough, he is trapped in the world of the 40 Thieves, and, come on. Why the hell would she say something so vague? That's so easy to misinterpret. And reasonably, Aladdin assumes that he's a prisoner. Turns out he's the king of the thieves, duh. So Aladdin follows them to their hideout, and supposedly after killing Saluk, they welcome him with open arms. Saluk is our bad guy for this movie, and he's alright. Yeah, he's alright. Aladdin questions his father on why he disappeared and fell into that kind of lifestyle, and this is where the movie kind of throws me off. So Kasim says he wanted to offer a better life for Aladdin and his mother, but couldn't find them when he returned to Agrabah. Okay, that's all fine, that's well and good. So, what about now? Why isn't he turning his life around now? His son's okay. His son has a perfect life. He's got all kinds of wealth now, or at least he's marrying into wealth. Why does Kasim even want the hand of Midas at this point? I mean, I guess he just can't up and leave the 40 Thieves, but they don't make that the conflict. They could have, but they don't. Is the point that some people just don't change? If anything, Kasim's actually sacrificing Aladdin's chance at a better life with his scheming. This is hurting his son. I thought he wanted his son to have all the kinds of joys and riches. But Aladdin invites Kasim to the wedding, and he tries again to seal the scepter. Which, hold up, wait a second. Why is the scepter even a wedding gift? Why is someone giving something like this away to Aladdin and Jasmine? And how did Kasim even know it was there? I mean, I would think that if someone wanted to give this to Aladdin or Jasmine, they would hand it over personally, maybe? This seems like a pretty important artifact. Anyways, Kasim is caught, and the thieves are betrayed and tricked by Salute. He's an alright villain. Nothing super original, but he's just kind of bad for the sake of being bad. He's got an alright design. I like that. I like his weaponry. But in 2 weeks from now, I'll never remember that he existed. I mean, he does punch a shark, so that's actually pretty alright. But otherwise, he's pretty forgettable. So Aladdin frees his father and is caught in the process. Kasim frees his son, but Aladdin decides to go back and face the consequences. Here we go. There it is. That's the progression of Aladdin's character. None of this. So the Sultan forgives Aladdin, knowing that he did it out of love and not out of malice, and Cassim and Iago then go back to the hideout to find that Salute turned the thieves against him. They force Cassim to call on the Oracle, they go to the Vanishing Isle on the back of a turtle. Iago flies back to Aladdin and warns him about the danger Cassim is in, and Aladdin mulls it over a bit before going to save him. They find the Hand of Midas, defeat Salute, and find out that the true treasure is found in each other. And after attending Aladdin and Jasmine's wedding from the shadow, he and Iago ride off into the night. The movie ends with a reprise of Arabian Night, which serves as a pretty good satisfying book ending, because it's an ending to the series as a whole, not just the movie franchise, but also the cartoon show. Overall, this movie, while not fantastic, it's definitely better than Return of Jafar. The story, albeit predictable, it's a natural progression, and it doesn't hurt to watch. The characters don't reverse their whole personality just for the sake of conflict. Now, while it's better, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's worth it on its own. To be honest, unless you're really curious to see the end of Aladdin, I'd give it a skip, but also I wouldn't deter you from watching it if you were curious about it. If Aladdin has to end on any note, I'm pretty satisfied with it being this one. It's a pretty decent ending. Alright, so next up on the list is Beauty and the Beast Enchanted Christmas, and I'm not looking forward to that one. Alright, see you then.